Part 4. Racial Ideology and Contemporary Relevance. National Socialism's racial ideology, a defining element of its governance from 1919 to 1945, prioritized Germans as supreme Aryans, revealing both its organizational strengths and strategic limitations, with potential for adaptation in modern contexts. The ideology established a hierarchy ranking Germans above Nordic Europeans, Norwegians, Swedes, Danes, Dutch, Finns, and Estonians, valued for their shared Germanic linguistic and cultural heritage. Southern Europeans, including Italians, Spaniards, Portuguese, and Greeks, held lower status due to Mediterranean heritage but were aligned as fascist allies, exemplified by Italy's 1939 Pact of Steel and Spain's anti-communist stance under Francisco Franco. Slavs, encompassing Poles, Czechs, Russians, Ukrainians, Belarusians, Serbs, Slovenes, and Bosnians, were classified as inferior, targeted for enslavement or removal to secure German living space. Jews, viewed as a distinct threat to German interests, faced exclusion through the 1935 Nuremberg Laws, which revoked their citizenship and banned marriages with Aryans. This hierarchy disregarded deep ethnic ties between Germans and Slavs in regions like Silesia, Bohemia, Pomerania, and the Polish Corridor, where centuries of intermarriage, trade, and cultural exchange fostered bilingual communities in cities like Breslau and Prague. Poland's literary heritage and Czechoslovakia's industrial capacity were ignored, fueling resistance that contributed to Germany's defeat in 1945. The ideology demonstrated flexibility through strategic alliances. The 1940 Tripartite Pact with Japan, a non-Aryan nation, capitalized on its militaristic culture and anti-communist stance, showcasing pragmatic adaptability. Similarly, Croats, Slovaks, and Bulgarians were elevated as fascist partners, with Croatia's Ustase, Slovakia's puppet state, and Bulgaria's Axis membership reflecting political expediency over ethnic consistency. Smaller Slavic groups, like Slovenes and Bosnians, faced harsher treatment under occupation, viewed as lesser components of Yugoslavia. German Americans were dismissed as weakened by U.S. democratic culture, limiting the ideology's global reach despite their Germanic ancestry. The German-American Bund's failure in the 1930s underscored this error. Globally, the hierarchy ranked Japanese highly for discipline, followed by European-descended Americans, with South Asians and Middle Easterners engaged tactically to disrupt British rule, and Chinese and Africans deemed irrelevant to European-focused goals. Modern nationalism, unifying European ethnicities and their diaspora, contrasts with this narrow hierarchy. Shared Indo-European roots across Germans, Slavs, British, French, and others, evident in Silesia's mixed ancestry and Bohemia's cultural overlap, support a broader vision of unity. This nationalism values Europe's contributions, from Poland's literary tradition to Britain's industrial advancements, extending to diaspora communities in North America, Oceania, and South America. A crisis, such as economic downturn or cultural fragmentation, could revive a governance model rooted in National Socialism's principles of centralized control and national identity. A dirigiste nationalist system could unify European Americans, leveraging cultural symbols like the Founding Fathers to restore national strength. Unlike communism, which clashes with capitalist norms, this model aligns with market-driven economies, enhancing its feasibility in Western contexts. Historical failures, including territorial overextension and lack of leadership succession, stemmed from execution rather than the ideology's core principles. The 1941 Soviet invasion and U.S. entry into World War II, following Japan's Pearl Harbor attack, overstretched German resources, while the Führerprinzip's reliance on Hitler's absolute authority, without succession mechanisms, ensured collapse in 1945. Comparative systems, like Franco's Spain, planned succession to maintain continuity, highlighting National Socialism's structural weakness. A refined model, uniting European ethnicities without exclusionary policies, could harness the ideology's proven strengths. Economic dirigisme reduced unemployment to under 1 million by 1939, and cultural unity restored national pride, surpassing the Weimar Republic's fragmentation. Strategic errors, such as ignoring Slavic ties in Pomerania, alienated potential allies, but alliances with Japan and Croats demonstrated adaptability. In modern Germany, nationalist movements could leverage economic crises to restore centralized governance, while in America, a nationalist framework could unify communities around shared heritage, avoiding past errors. National Socialism's ability to mobilize resources and identity offers a potent governance model for nations facing crises, provided it prioritizes unity and strategic restraint to achieve enduring national strength.